You're listening to the Culips English podcast. To download the study guide for this episode, which includes the transcript, detailed vocabulary explanations, real-world examples, and a quiz, visit our website, culips.com. CULIPS.com. Hello, everybody. My name is Andrew.
And I'm Jeremy.
And you're listening to Culips. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Andrew. How are you doing?
I'm not bad. How are you?
Feeling a little tired, but good.
It's Friday, TGIF.
Yep, TGIF.
Do you have any big weekend plans?
Not really. Usually I just relax on the weekend, spend time with my family, maybe go to the beach.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
I live in California, and I live pretty close to the beach. So we like to go to the beach on the weekend.
Awesome. Well, enjoy that.
Thank you.
Today, Jeremy, we are going to do a catchword episode, right?
Great.
And Catchword is our series where we teach all of our listeners how to use some interesting or useful, and hopefully interesting and useful, English vocabulary. And today, we're going to learn how to talk about things that are higher, better, more expensive, this kind of thing, than normal. Okay, so better than normal, more expensive than normal, like this.
Extremes, right?
Extremes.
Some kind of extreme. Okay.
Absolutely. Just before we get started, I want to remind all our listeners that the study guide for this episode is available for download right now on our website, culips.com. So if you want to study along with the study guide, please visit culips.com to give it a download. Okay, let's take a look at today's first expression, which is through the roof.
Through the roof.
Through the roof. And here, through is spelt T-H-R-O-U-G-H. Through.
Very strange spelling.
Very strange word. I think probably our listeners hate this word.
Yep.
And I think actually English native speakers hate these T-H-O-U-G-H words too.
When I was a kid, I always made mistakes with this word, these kind of words. I spelled it T-H-R-O-O when I was a kid. Through, right? Through.
Through, yeah. Unfortunately, the English alphabet isn't as phonetic as that. But what can we do? It is what it is. So through the roof. This is an interesting expression here. Through the roof. Jeremy, could you explain what it means?
Well, in this expression, the roof represents some kind of limit or maximum or expectation. And when something goes through the roof, it exceeds that limitation. It exceeds that expectation or that maximum.
Absolutely. And we use this expression often to talk about things often related to business, actually, like prices or rates, like a rate of sales, measurements.
Tax rates.
Tax rates, yeah. You could complain like, oh, the tax rates are through the roof this year.
Yeah.
Meaning that they got higher really quickly, right? When something goes through the roof, it's a sudden and very extreme rise.
The image I imagine in my head is a rocket, a small firework or a small rocket shooting up shooting up through my roof out into the sky. That's what I imagine.
Yeah, it's like you lit some fireworks off inside your house by mistake and they shoot out the roof of your house very quickly.
Yes.
They went through the roof.
Yes, exactly. That's what I imagine.
Now, there's a secondary definition for this expression too, and that definition is to become very angry, right? So sometimes you'll hear somebody say something like, last night my brother was really stressed out and he went through the roof. He went through the roof.
Yeah.
And this means he became angry very quickly. He lost his temper. So everybody just keep an eye out. Sometimes you'll hear the same expression, but it can have two different meanings. They're both similar, right? Because they're talking about an extreme occurring, but one is an extreme rise in value or price, and the other one is an extreme rise in anger. So if somebody goes through the roof, they become angry. If something goes through the roof, then it rises in value or price. I think this is how you can make the distinction.
Yeah. Another common example is cholesterol levels or someone's heartbeat or something like that. These health measurements can go through the roof as well. Higher than expectation, higher than they should be, higher than some maximum, right?
Now, Jeremy, I'd like to get your opinion on this because when I hear this expression through the roof, it's always negative.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is it always negative? If your cholesterol levels are through the roof, if your taxes are through the roof, if gas prices are through the roof, these are all bad things, right? But could we use this in a positive way as well?
With sales, I think it can be a positive thing. They can say, this company just opened this year and already their sales are through the roof.
Right.
So if you work for that company, then yes, it's a positive thing. But if you're a competitor, it might be a negative thing, right?
Right, depending on your perspective. But that's great. So we can use this expression both in positive and negative settings. It's not especially for negative settings.
But I think the reason it is usually negative is because we are exceeding some maximum or expectation. And to be honest, if something goes through your roof in your house, that's always a bad thing. You have a hole in the roof now, right?
Yeah,
so
it's true. It's true.
Maybe that's part of it, yeah.
Well, Jeremy, I think we can move on to some examples using this expression now. So let's listen to a couple of examples with through the roof now.
All right.
I wish I could live on the east side of town.
Me too. I love all the cafes and record stores that are on Smith Street.
It'd be closer to work as well.
Yeah, but I don't think I'll be able to afford living there anytime soon. House prices have gone through the roof recently.
I know. It's so frustrating. In this example, two friends dream about living on the east side of town. However, they can't afford to do it because housing prices have gone through the roof recently. Okay, they've gone through the roof. And this means that the housing prices in that neighborhood have increased rapidly and are no longer affordable anymore. So they've been priced out. They can't afford to buy a house on the east side of town because the housing prices have gone through the roof.
So they exceeded the maximum that these two friends could afford, right?
Exactly. I don't know about where you are, Jeremy, but in my hometown, housing prices are through the roof. I assume it's the same in California.
Oh, yeah. California has become one of the most expensive places, I think, in the world to live.
Yeah, yikes.
Yeah, very expensive, yeah.
let's get on to that second example.
Do you have time for a coffee this afternoon?
I don't think so. I'm sorry. My stress levels are through the roof right now. My boss wants me to finish this presentation by the end of the day. I haven't even started yet.
All right, well, no worries. We'll grab a coffee another time, man. In this example, two coworkers are talking about having a coffee together. However, the two can't have coffee together because one of the coworkers is extremely busy trying to finish a presentation that is due at the end of the day. He says his stress levels are through the roof because of the deadline. Remember, when something is through the roof, it means that it rose to a high level very rapidly. If his stress levels are through the roof, it means he is very stressed out. And because of this, the two colleagues agreed to have coffee together at a different time.
Yeah, this is another very common way to use this expression, is talking about stress levels. Oh, my stress is through the roof, or maybe talking about somebody else too, right? Oh, he's so stressed out these days. Stress levels are through the roof. Something like this.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so our second expression in this episode is very, very similar to through the roof. And it's actually another one of these prepositional phrase expressions, and that is off the charts. Off the charts.
Off the charts. Good one.
Off, O-F-F, the charts. Off the charts. So, what does it mean, off the charts?
So this one is similar, but to me it seems a little more positive, either neutral or positive. And it's usually when talking about something that can be measured, but the level is so high that it cannot be measured.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're hinting at the origin of this expression, actually.
What is the origin?
As far as I know, it's related to medicine and doctors examining patients. So maybe, maybe there's an unhealthy patient and the doctor checks that patient's cholesterol and it's really high, higher than has ever been measured. The doctor is looking at the chart in his medical textbook and it's a number that's higher than on that chart. It's off the chart. It exceeds the value on the chart.
So it's like imagining a graph in which the line goes higher than the edge of the paper.
Exactly. There's a rising line and it just continues off the page.
Yeah, exactly.
But I have to agree with you that I do think that we use off the charts in a positive way very often. It's frequent to say something's off the charts. And it means it's surprisingly high, surprisingly better than normal.
It reminds me a lot of basketball. For those who don't know, Andrew and I have played basketball a lot in our lifetime. And when we were kids, Michael Jordan was very famous, and a lot of times sports commentators would talk about his score average or his stats or his statistics, and they would say, oh, his points are off the charts, or his something is off the charts. It reminds me of that.
Yeah, absolutely. He's such a good player that there's nobody else that has ever got that many assists or that many points. So it's like a new record. It's exceedingly high. It's never been recorded before. It's off the charts.
They need a bigger paper or a bigger chart to record it. Yeah.
Exactly. And there's also a secondary definition with this expression as well. And that is, we could say that something that is off the charts is amazing or awesome. Like, for example, that new Star Wars movie is off the charts.
Yes.
It means it's really cool. It's really fantastic.
This sounds more recent to me.
Yeah, I think this is a more recent way. It's kind of a hip expression, maybe.
Yeah, maybe younger people.
Yeah.
People younger than us.
Yeah. So listeners, keep your ears open for these two ways to use off the charts. Again, just like through the roof, there's two related but slightly different ways you can use this expression. Well, I think we are ready for some examples using off the charts. So let's take a listen to example number 1 right now. Oh man, my phone bill is over $300 this month.
Whoa, that's off the charts. Why is it so high?
Well, I kind of messed up and I forgot to buy a roaming package when I traveled to Mexico on vacation.
Oh, shoot. That sucks, man.
Yeah, I won't make that mistake again. In this example, we hear about a guy who complains about a $300 cell phone bill. And the bill is off the charts because he used his cell phone while on vacation without buying a roaming package first. And, you know, if you travel abroad, roaming can be very expensive. And this is what led to that unusually high, off the charts cell phone bill.
Cool. All right. Let's listen to the second example. Hey, dude, you want to check out that new sushi joint on 7th Street? I heard it's off the charts.
Yeah, I haven't had sushi for a while. Let's do it.
Awesome. Meet up at 7?
Sounds good, sure.
In this example, a couple of friends decided to meet up for dinner at a sushi joint. The friends decided to visit this particular sushi restaurant because they heard that it's off the charts. In this context, off the charts means awesome or immeasurably amazing.
Jeremy, what do you mean? Sushi joint. Sushi joint. What's a joint?
Joint can have many meanings. It usually means where two things meet. So my elbow is a joint, my knee is a joint. But in this situation, it means a restaurant or a place where they sell something. And we call restaurants joints sometimes because it's where friends meet to have dinner and spend time together. So in the way that two bones meet at the elbow, two friends meet at a sushi joint.
And we usually say it like that, right? Sushi joint, pizza joint,
Yeah.
sandwich joint, I guess you could say, something like
It's
that.
just for fun, but if you're not sure how to use it, you can just say sushi restaurant or sushi place. Sushi place
There you go.
would be good too.
Very good advice. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. That about wraps it up for us today. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions even for future episodes, please get in touch with us. Drop us a line. You can send us a message via our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/QLipsPodcast. Or if you'd like to send us an email instead, feel free to do that. Just send us a message to contact@QLips.com. Contact@QLips.com.
You can find more episodes of the show at qlips.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
We will be back soon with another episode, so stay tuned.
Bye.
Bye.
The best way to study with QLips is by becoming a QLips member. When you become a QLips member, you will get full transcripts, detailed vocabulary explanations, and quizzes for each episode. Visit QLips.com. That's to sign up and become a member.